Hello everybody, this is Duck and welcome to another episode of Duck's World, and today we'll be doing some base work as usual today. And I just wanted to take 1 second before we do some base work, that the reason that we're moving slow on this base, number one, is because it's a giant base and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, but also because I do want to do some streaming and some longer form videos on it later on. I have been using one quadrant, which happens to be this quadrant, as a little bit of a planning center for the base, and then later on we'll apply what we do here with every single quadrant of the Super Bowl as it's coined now. So what we're doing is we're slowly making progress on this corner in this quadrant. And then after this quadrant is done, we'll work on each and every one of these ones. But I want to use one part of the base as a little bit of a testing area so that I can try some new ideas and see what kind of sticks in my brain with what I want for this base. And that's why it's running slow today. And for the last several episodes. Number one, because I get distracted easily, but number two, because I want to make sure that what we're doing will be good. So that's a big reason why we're doing what we're doing. But today we'll be actually working on the glass corners and the glass wall for the Super Bowl. So I'm going to quickly double check my math and make sure that I did some addition properly. So this ends as glass. So this is prismarine, glass, 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 prismarine, glass. All right, so my math is correct. And what I just did there is I counted out what the corner of each of the 3x3s will be in this quadrant, because I'm going to have a glass wall, and I didn't want the glass wall to also be right next to glass on the quadrant. So I'm going to have to actually put a block here before I place glass, just to keep everything from getting too perfect, if you will, with glass touching glass, and that I don't want that to happen because I don't think that would look good. So I'm going to see if we actually have some other blocks. So let's see if we've got something that we can test out, and I might have some cyan terracotta. I do want to integrate some terracotta since I went fully glass up here after mobs were spawning everywhere. I do want to see if I've got some other blocks other than glass that I could use there. So let's check these chests real quick and see what we have. We've got a lot of glass. We've got spruce wood. And stone. Don't really want to use that. We've got a lot of prismarine. Do I want to go prismarine? I think this base will be very prismarine heavy, and it's also a really expensive block. I mean, so is cyan terracotta, but what would look good there? I think we should go for it. Wait, no. Where's all my copper? The copper that I have, that's what I want to use. Where'd I put that? Where'd I put all that copper? Let me find this copper. I really wish I had an elytra. Let me go back to my base. That's what I can use the copper for there. Give me a moment. I'm going to look for my copper. I'll be right back, and we can continue working on this corner. I'm sorry about that. I completely forgot that I actually have copper here that I was going to integrate. And I was trying to figure out a good barrier block between glass and glass. And I think that copper actually would do the trick. The copper will do exactly what I want. I do want to check the sugarcane here. I still got my elytra ban on as I've died a lot with it, but I did want to check. We got 26 sugarcane. That'll be fine. I'm just slowly picking up some sugarcane, so when I get back to using rockets, I can actually use them well. But let's find that copper, because that actually would be a good use of it there. I was going to use it in the corners on the glass, but I think that it actually would be beneficial to use it elsewhere. So give me a second. Let's go find that copper. I can't really remember where I put it, but I got a good idea it's in the base. But while we're over there, I'm actually not going to cut. I was planning on cutting, but I actually did want to, yet again, I seem to do this every time, but it means a lot to me. So I'll say it again. Your guys' support, as always, has meant a literal ton to me, especially as of recently. because quite frankly, some of my video quality has been kind of spotty as of late because of some internet connectivity issues and some other things. So I just wanted to thank you guys for sticking it out with me, even with stuff like this, like I'm just experiencing some lag that you guys can see. I do appreciate you still sticking it out for me despite the lag, despite my internet issues, despite everything. It does mean a lot to me. So thank you as always for that. It does mean a lot. That you guys are finding me entertaining enough that you're sticking around. It does mean a ton for me. But I will probably fix this lag problem if I can. And that just might mean that I have to turn down my render distance. But I've done that on camera too many times, so I'm just going to do it in between clips. So it'll seem like it gets smoother later on in the video, I hope. That is at least the goal. All right, there is the copper. And I think I actually will prefer the oxidized cut copper slab. Those words were difficult for my brain to say. But I think that it'll be better that it's cut instead of actually being the copper as its normal block, because it'll be next to some already blue glass. So having that tealish color while it's cut with that texture, I think will look really good. So that is one thing that I think will look good. But I completely forgot that I was going to use that. So it's good that I remembered before I started putting other stuff in the base. But I'm going to actually cut here to, first of all, travel back to my base because it's already taking too long. And I'm also going to fix my render distance problem so you guys don't have to deal with lag anymore. So I'll be back in just 1 second. Alright, so we're back at the base, and I hope that it's a little bit smoother for you guys. I'm sorry about that. I've had a lot of audio and visual technical difficulties as of late, so my apologies. But now that we have that copper, we should be able to see if that looks any good. I hope it looks good. But yeah, a good way to explain my color scheme right now is whatever I think would look good together is kind of where I'm going right now. And so that means that there's a lot of blues and a lot of whites, because I think that those colors look really clean together. And that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping we can ensure is a clean base, because I went from a prison-looking factory type of style to something more futuristic, and I'm really hoping that that looks better. Because I already like the look of this. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I already like the look of this a lot better than my old base. And I'm hoping that you guys at least enjoy it a little bit as well. I'm really excited for this new, and I'm building the wrong quadrant. I'm really hoping you guys are enjoying the new styling that I'm trying to go for. And if you don't, that's okay as well. This style is not for everybody. But it's something different for me, and that's why I find it exciting, is that it's something different. But I'm going to quickly experiment with some stuff, and I'll be right back. Alright, so after some creative mode experimenting on my building world, I'm thinking if we do something like this, and then just bring this all around the entire way. Let's build this 4 or 5 out, and then from here, let's put some of the light blue stained glass. And I know I'm not trying to make it consistent. The whole goal is that it won't be consistent. So this glass is going to go up a ways, and it's going to stop somewhere around halfway. But then from there, it's going to be clear glass the rest of the way, but it's going to be at inconsistent heights. I think that'll look good. So if we do something like this, oh, this is light blue. This is light blue, and this is cyan, isn't it? This is light blue, light blue. Wait a minute. This is both light blue. Why does this look different? Or is it the lighting? It could be the lighting. Let's put it up, and we'll see what it looks like first. It could be, too, that I'm looking from a side of the block and on the top of the block, so that could be changing my perspective. Alright. But if we do something like that, and then like that, yeah, that's what's going on. And then we come down here, and do some more of that, like so. But this time we won't go as short as the last one. We'll go up further yet. Maybe something like that. And then from there and there, we'll take some clear glass and we will bring that from there all the way up like this and like this. And because of my elytra band, I actually can't see what it looks like without it being on the ground surface. So I hope this looks good. Otherwise, I've got a lot of time tearing this down. But how close are we? I think we just go all the way up and fully commit to it. And if it looks bad, it looks bad, I guess. But let's go all the way up, like so. We come back down. We do something like this. And let's see how it looks. Like this. All right, and we do something like that. And I'm going to come out like that just to fill in these last two. Like this. And then we're just going to break and fall in the water. How's that going to look? I can't tell from this angle because I fell too fast. How will that look? You know, I think that might look really good. I actually think that'll look good. It's going, from this angle, it's going to be very difficult to tell where stuff stops and starts because of the clear on clear. But I think it'll look good. I wish that I had a zoom function right now. Wait, I do. Wait, I do. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I think that looks pretty good. I like that. That was a spur of the moment idea, and I like it. I like it that way. Alright. Alright, well I know exactly what I'm going to do for that design. I like the inconsistency. I was trying to be too symmetric earlier with this base, and that's what ended up biting me. But I like that a lot. I think that is a good way to go about that. It's going to take forever, as everything else in this space is going to, but I think that it'll look good. So I'm fairly pleased with that. I'm fairly pleased with how that turned out. But now we've got to spend all the time to get all of this situated. I think that it'd be beneficial for me to do all the copper, and I know I don't have enough copper for that right away. But I think that's where we should start, and we can worry about glass later because I'm going to need to smelt a lot of sand still. But I'm very pleased with that. That was a spur of the moment decision that ended up turning out the way I wanted it to. So that's always good. It's always good when your plans turn out the exact way you wanted them. Alright, so I got one length to the corner done, I believe. I might be one block too long, but it's very difficult for me to tell based on the way that my perspective is currently. But I think that it is lined up properly. We'll have to see when I get that far, but I don't have enough glass to get there today, so we'll have to worry about that at a later time. But we can start placing in some of this glass and see how far we can get with this inventory of glass. And then from then I'll have to go smelt some more sands to get us to where we need to be. But I'm going to try to leave this landscape underneath the base as untouched as possible. Number one, because my first shipwreck that I ever found, is right here under the base. And it's giving me memories because I've got a place where I destroyed some sand ruins. Where was it? I just went over it. I destroyed some sand and left the place in ruin when I was draining the water out of my old base. So I want to leave that untouched as much as possible, which means that the base is going to be a lot of vertical space in the air, which is perfectly fine. I think that I actually prefer it that way. But what I'm trying to say is some of this will be untouched, and I want to keep it that way. And then some of this will have to go, unfortunately, but I'll get to that point when I pass over it. And because I don't have any pillaring blocks, actually, I just used glass and an oak slab for that scaffolding, which is going to bite me in the butt later on. But I think, oh, that's actually, is that all the glass that I have? No, I've got plenty left. All right, well, I'm not too concerned about it then. But where's the length? I think I want to go one more, and then from here, I think we want to start that one. And I'm going to try to make this as random as possible, but I'm also not a person of random, so let's leave that there and see what happens. Alright, and I will need more here, and yeah, I'm going to take this one long, and I might have to adjust these heights every once in a while. Probably have to do that when the base actually is completed, just because it's going to be very, very incoherent in terms of lengths and heights. So it'll be something I'll have to adjust later. I know that for a fact. But if we've got that there, and we'll go down, and I probably should eat something before I actually die. But if we go up like this, and we'll eat here just because, and we'll do that. So we've got some super long, super short. Let's do another long one, like so. And this is going to kind of be hit or miss on these lengths. I know that. I think that with some practice, because I've got 3 other quadrants, with some practice, I think that I can get it to look. I think that I can get it to look okay. But here's that. This actually, let's make this one the longest one by far. All right, and then from here, we'll throw in some glass like that, and we'll try to fill in a bunch of them as we're going up, because once I go up, I have to go all the way down. So it's best to do what I need to do right away. Go up all the way, and we'll eat. And let's actually do this. Let's start on the end. Actually, no, I don't want to start on the end, because then I can just fall down and add that later. I actually want to start over here. That's not what I wanted to do. But if we do like that, and then go all the way to the top, that's what we actually want to do. And then go all the way to the top like that. How close to the top are we? Oh, we still got a little bit. But if we do that, and then we'll have to go down this one, and break that one and that one, and do this. I think this will look good. This is going to take a long time, I know that. But I think that it'll look good. It's an expensive base, but the expensive bases often look good. But we're at that moment where right now I'm kind of second guessing all the times that it took me to build this, and why I didn't just start off with building this right off the get-go. I know I was very new to the game still, but I prefer this over what I did for the my first base, and I really wish that I would have just started off this way, because it looks so much better in my opinion, like this. But I'm thinking this might be actually, I've got 3 more of these vertical layers, and then I think I'm actually going to, first of all, not do that, and then I'm actually going to probably do what I always need to do, is check recording time, because I think that we might actually go here, and then we might actually see about doing something else in today's episode, but I need to figure out what, because we did some base progress, but like I said, this is something that I am intentionally working at slowly. So we've got a lot of work to do, and some of it I'll admit now, some of it I probably will do off camera, just because this takes way too long on camera to do. Even when I will have a lot of streams, well, not a lot of streams, but hopefully a couple streams, and some more video time. It's still gonna take a long time, and I know that, but we're gonna see what we can do, regardless. But it just is a process, and I like taking you guys with me on the process. So actually, that's all the glass I have. I didn't even get to the top, but we should we'll at least we'll show you what it looks like. I think that looks really, really good. I am very pleased. Oh, we got the glass that couple of the glasses that fell. I'm not going to make the trip back up there for 2 glass, but I'm very happy with that, actually. I really like the look of that. I think that'll turn out really, really nice. It'll just take a long time, but I'm used to it. That's one thing that these projects are gradually becoming, is more and more time consuming, but that's fine. I like that a lot, actually. I really do. I think that'll turn out really, really nice. But I think that actually that's where we're going to actually hold off on the rest of... I think the rest of this episode won't be on the base. I think we did a... Of course it rains. It always rains. But I think that it's Oh! Did I just get hit with lightning? I just got hit with lightning. That didn't feel pleasant. But actually, I think that it was actually good that it did start raining, because I like the light. I like the light of my base. My old base isn't near as light, and I think that also helps it look clean and futuristic. But I like it. I like it being light like this. But it's just going to be such a huge project. Goodbye, creepers. Yeah, there's multiple of them. I'm not going to deal with you. Really, I don't want to. Actually, I'm good with a bow. Can I get them with a sword? Yeah, okay, I can. Alright. But for the remainder of today's episode, I think I want to do something besides base work. So I'm going to get some stuff around, and we will start working on another project. Alright, so where I'm actually wanting to go today, for the rest of today's episode, is I actually want to do something that I haven't done in a while. And I need to remember where it is. I'm looking for the cave entrance that we have used time and time again in this world. And it's going to be a little bit of a nostalgia trip, because we're actually going down there to complete a project that I started forever ago, completely forgot about, and was rewatching old videos actually when I found it. I just can't remember where the cave entrance is, which is I should know that. It should be right here. I'm not being very intelligent, because it's something that I've gone to so much but have forgotten. All right, this is the back of the oh, is it here? No, I've just here. Back of the village, come across. Oh, I didn't go far enough towards my base, did I? No, here it is. Here it is. Alright, so here is the entrance to the cave. As you, maybe some of you recall, if not, that's perfectly alright. I started forever ago, at the very end of an episode, I started making a little bit of a cave staging area. And I don't know how much of it I'm actually going to get to today, but I think we should work on a cave staging area. And it's not because I need it, because let's be real, I've got some pretty overpowered things now. And it's completely because I spent so much time dying that I felt I needed to. But I've got good armor, good tools, and enough netherite that if something dire happened, I could get back up to where I was, given 10 to 11 hours, and I would be perfectly fine. But I think that the atmosphere of this world is something that I'm going to pay more attention to, because what's it called? This world. Sorry, my brain just did not think. This world tells a story, and my stories are unique because my stories in this world can take place over, what is this, episode 69 of this series? Oh, there was a drum that just went off. But I have so much time that I can use my time and my skills to tell a story over so long. So I think that it would be great if we worked here in the next, either today or in the next couple episodes, on working on getting a cave staging area, because it's something that I wanted to do ages ago and then completely forgot about. So I think that's what we're going to want to do here shortly. But while I'm thinking about it, and I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, let's take out this drowned. Die, buddy. Goodbye. You are now dead. Alright, but now that the drowned is dead, I've got to actually check my recording time, as I always do, to make sure I have time to do what I want to do in today's episode. And if we don't, we'll get to this here in a little bit. Alright, so I looked and I have plenty of time to do what I would like to do today. And I'm not going to get anywhere near to having what I want to do completed. But I'm down here in the caves because I actually do need quite a bit of ores. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, I actually have ores back at the ravine building project that I can use. So I'm actually coming up down here in the caves for no particular reason, I guess. But I'm actually thinking that what could be really cool is if we make as close to a Minecraft mine shaft as can be believable, where we have ores just kind of sitting on pallets, waiting to be hauled up to the surface. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to go for, and make it more like a mine and less like a big cave, is the goal. But I do have a couple iron ores that I guess I can use that I just grabbed. I've got 3. I can grab more, that's for sure. Let's take the stone away. And also, we can make it seem like there's a lot more by simply doing something like that. Throw in a torch. I'm going to throw the torch back there. And what we need to do is we need to grab the ores from the ore from the ravine building project. Sorry. And we're going to make this almost more like a more believable ore collection area for what a normal mine would have. Alright, so we're at the ravine building project to grab some ores. And I don't know how many I need, but I just need enough to make it convincing that I've done something. But I'm going to take some glowberries, some gold, some more iron, some coal. Yeah, don't need very much coal. Emerald ore I want to keep here strictly. Some deep slate lapis. And some deep slate diamond. And yeah, let's do some deep slate redstone. Alright, that should be good. I think that'll work. And that is purely for the fact that I'm going to make it appear like it was at one point an active mine. I know it's not now, but it's not now as much, I should say. Like, I don't really use the cave in its intended purpose anymore. Hey, bud. You're a master. You're still here from when I redid my base the first time. But yeah, I think that it's beneficial that we make it appear like there is some environment at least. And not making it seem like there's that what's happened happened a long time ago, because it really did. And on honesty, I use other caves and other means to get those ores a lot more effectively, but it still doesn't hurt to try to experiment and see what we can do to make some atmosphere. And that's the whole goal right now, is to make some atmosphere. So that's what we're going to be doing. It might take some time, but everything takes time, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Come on, get up, swim up. But let's not fall off vines, please. Thank you. Alright, let's get back up here. Thank goodness for jump boost. Alright, let's go see if we can make... And I probably will only get to putting the ores out, and then we'll have to build a structure around it in a future episode. But in terms of the priority of projects, as you can tell, this is a very low priority project, because I probably started the project 40-50 episodes ago, in all honesty. I can't remember when I started it, so it could very well have been a long time ago that this occurred. But I still want to work on it nonetheless. I think that it would be beneficial to get some atmosphere and get some building style and aesthetics going, because I kind of need it, because I am in the process of making some really big projects, and I wouldn't mind a smaller, more frankly believable project as well, something that's not near as grand in scope, but something that's still cool to see and look at. And that's the goal, is something that's cool to look at. But I'm going to place some redstone down, and a lot of redstone, because it's common, I guess. It's kind of common. And we'll do something like this. We've got one back here. That's netherrack, that's not redstone. We'll have something like that. We'll clear this granite out of the way. That's water. My arch nemesis in this series. Running water. Alright. Let's... soil? Why not? We'll just put soil out there. But now I'm lost. Oh, soil goes up there. Like that. Alright, and then we've got that granite out of the way until I can clean my inventory and look for it. There it is. So now when I go and put it in, yes, I've got water to deal with, but then I can do something like that. There. That doesn't look so bad now. And it drains away. Perfect. What I have noticed now is that I can't dig too far in there then. And then deep slate diamonds, I want these to be shown off a little bit. So we'll do something like that. And we'll integrate it in with the lapis because it's all blue and it's all deep slate. Something like this. Maybe. Back into some deep slate redstone. And then I've got a bunch of coal and a bunch of gold and some more iron. So we'll put the iron somewhere. And this is all going to come up because I'm going to build a new structure. I've got a little bit more brains now than to use oak for structures anymore. That was an old mistake of mine, an old mistake. But if we use gold across like this, and we can do something like that. Actually, want it there because I still want this light back here to be used. And we can build it up like so. Build something like that. Make it almost like there's gold back there. And we'll cut that out. And because then we can still use this light. And then cut that. Like so. So we've got some gold. And I think that's all. Oh, we've got natural spawning copper in the ground. I think I can use that actually. I will be using that is my thought. I think I'll use that. But I think that I'll be using it in a future episode. I think this is a good place to stop. This is one of those projects that I've just kind of been thinking of on and off for quite some time. And I want to get it done at some point. But we did quite a bit today. We got part of a wall design figured out actually for the base, and we got the design and started working on it. And then we also came over here and basically just dropped some ores randomly around, and hopefully this project will be finished at some point. But that is for a future time, and I think that's a good place to stop. Wait a minute. I just accidentally dug up some lapis and some water. We'll actually put that back. But there is some lapis there. Cool. I didn't even know that was there. That worked out well. But for the time being, that'll be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, your support means a ton to me. And like I said, I say it every time, but it truly does. It means a lot that you guys come here week in and week out and still want to watch my content and enjoy it. So thank you. It does mean a lot to me. But until next time, that'll be where I'll have to sign off. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode. Adios.